Hey everybody, sorry for the late start. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but it only took us like 15 minutes this time instead of like a half hour like it normally does. So I think we're getting a little better. Um, but anyways, this is going to be like a fairly short session because Casey has some very important stuff to do and he has to be out of here by like midnight. So I'm just gonna try to rush this real quick. I, as always, am your humble DM, Matt Butler. Next to me, we have Madison. Why don't you go ahead and give us just a breakdown of your character?
I'm playing Hisxori Basha. I'm a level 2 cleric, and I'm also a Tiefling.
All right. So then, Rob, tell us about your character.
I am Varus, the Drow wizard student of Branchen.
All right. Awesome. And Casey, tell us about your two characters.
On one side, I am Haroldson the Devoted, a Dwarf Ranger. On the other, I am Penumbra, the Dragonborn Rogue.
Awesome. Cool. So last time you guys, dealt with the goblins, and you actually managed to escort the caravan safely to Phandalin. So now you're pulling up to Phandalin. So the rutted track emerges from a wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpse of Phandalin. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on old fieldstone foundations. More old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into a muddy main street of sorts as it climbs towards a ruined manor house on a hillside at the east side of town. As you approach, you see children playing on the town green and townsfolk tending to chores or running errands at shops. Many people look up as you approach, but all return to their business as you go by. So they sort of look up at you, and then they're just like, and then they're just like, I didn't see anything. I'm just sleeping. Like,
So,
like that, but whatever.
Let's have what's his name, the human dude, lead us to the person that'll buy the supplies we found.
So do you want to go to the supplies you found first, or the reward for the cart?
I say we unload the cart of our stuff.
Let's go cart first. I agree.
So do you want to go to drop off the cart stuff first?
Well, we need to take the cart to. We need to use the cart to take our shit that we're gonna sell to. Or do we not have stuff on the cart that we're selling?
No, you do. You do. Oh,
Okay,
so you want to
telling you, we're like.
No, because you have to give up the cart. Duh. Okay,
Exactly. So let's go unload it. As we're walking there, I want to be using my like prestidigitation to do cool smoke tricks and blow in like little like smoke birds that like flutter around the children and that kind of stuff, just for fun as we're walking.
Okay, so as you're walking through the town square, you guys come up. Here, I'll show you. I don't know if you guys can see, but here is a map of Phandalin. So you guys come in. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys come in on the, I guess that. Well, let me look at this for a second. You guys come in from the top there. So you come down from the Tribor Trail, and so you guys he's leading you to the Lion Shield Coaster. And that's where you're going to be able to sell the goods that you found with the Blue Lion sigil on it. So as you guys walk through the town, as you guys kind of make your way through, Varus is doing his smoke tricks and stuff, and a lot of townspeople are purposefully averting their gaze because they look afraid, but they also not necessarily of you, but they just look afraid in general. But as you pass by, like a little kid is like, whoa! Like you do like this crazy smoke trick, and then
Right.
his mom's like, get over here, and like pulls on him, and like they sort of like hustle off into another building. But as you approach the Lion Shield Coaster, you see a couple of men wearing what look like just red cloaks. And they look to be sort of, young men, but they look to be armed, like they have swords. And one of them, like, the two of them are sitting there, and one of them just kind of shoves the other one, and then the other one looks up, and they're just like, and then she sort of-
Madison just got shoved.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
So they're just like,
Yeah.
they just sort of like they sort of like shuffle off, and they just head towards like they just keep like looking back at you. But as you get to the Lion Shield coaster, you guys pull up, and do you guys just go inside?
you guys just want to go inside?
I'm a little scared, man. Like, I feel like there's something going on in this town. Like there's like an undercurrent of some sort of like oppression going on. I'm a little freaked out about it.
I'm going to suggest that Haroldson and Penumbra take the lead, mostly because you two are slightly more. There's a little more of a stigma to your appearance. I mean, there is to Penumbra too, but he's got a kind of a pride thing and doesn't give a fuck. So.
Right.
I'm kind of wondering if we might if maybe it might make sense for somebody to like keep a watch or something, like just in case. See if we see a bunch of these red cloaked people coming to be able to give us a warning or something.
So does one of you stay outside?
I think I might stay outside and let you guys sell my stuff for me.
Okay.
That's cool.
Alright.
All right. So you hand your stuff to Hisxori, and you're just like, give me a good price.
What did I take? I took leather, armor, a scimitar, and a short bow.
Okay. Cool. And then you'll get your fair share of the split for all the rest of the stuff as well.
Right.
Yeah, so you guys go inside, and hanging above the front door of this modest trading post is a sign shaped like a wooden shield with a blue lion painted on it. Inside, you see shelves stocked with all manner of, some of it is most of it is like adventuring gear, so you see like, rope, backpacks, cloth, that sort of thing there, pretty much like adventuring type gear, all arrayed along all of these different shelves, and you see this this human woman, and she seems to be like yelling at this customer, and she's just like, no, you know what? If you don't like the price, why don't you get out of here? Just get out of here. And then the guy's just like, oh, fine, and he just like takes whatever he was trying to sell and just like hustles out the door. And then she looks up at you and she's like, oh, are you here to buy something? You guys, you don't look like you're from around here.
Oh.
Haroldson walks up, strolls over, kind of rests down on the bar, and goes, "Hello, my lady. It's lovely to see a fine-looking woman. I have been traveling for a while, and it's been a while since I laid eyes on such beauty.
Wow.
We are not buying today, but we might have something you'd be interested in."
Who is saying this? Is this Haroldson or Penumbra?
Haroldson.
Haroldson?
Ugly.
That would be hilarious.
Oh.
Penumbra said.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I know, right? So basically, so you say that.
That's fucking hysterical.
And she looks up at you. She looks up at you, and she's like, "I highly doubt you have something that I would want, but I guess show me your wares if that is indeed what you've brought." And she says, she also says,
"Yeah, one of the boxes with the sigils on it, and just kind of like peek it out from like under the cloak, just so she can see the blue lion."
Okay. All right. And she looks at you, and she looks at it, and then she looks at you, and she's like, "Where did you get that?"
Up your button around the corner.
I happened across it.
Burn.
My bad.
All right. Go ahead, Casey. What were you saying?
I make a sarcastic remark about how I might have something that she does want, and then say that we found it during our travels. Seems like, and then make an inquisitive statement about them missing or losing one of their shipping shipments.
She says, "Well, yes, actually, a shipment went missing a little bit ago. So you have more of these? You found more of them?"
Yep, sure did. Took out a couple of goblins and some other undesirables to get to them.
Goblins. They've been a problem in this region for a while now. Well, let me see what you've got. And so then she follows you outside and takes a look at what you have, and she's like, well, it seems to be all here. And she pulls out a purse and tosses it to you.
You guys spook me as you come out. I like jump like, ah!
I opened the purse to see how much is in it.
It's 50 gold pieces.
50 gold.
Damn, we rich.
And
I'm
she's
good
like,
with 50 gold.
And she's like, she looks at you and she's like, and please let me know if there's anything I can do to help you out in town. I really appreciate you guys bringing this back to me.
Penumbra instantly takes the bag and pulls out his share with some vigor, with some curiosity. Just mine. Yep.
Yep.
So Varus walks up to her and kind of in a little bit quieter asks her if she has any books of any books worth any that are valuable.
Any books that are valuable?
Yeah.
She said, no. Mostly I deal in your normal trade goods. Because we're just like a frontier town. We don't really have a lot of use for higher learning per se. But we do have a couple of maps of the area. If that helps.
Well, I definitely will have a look at your maps if and purchase one potentially, but if you happen to come across a book or anything strange like that, just keep it for me.
Okay, I definitely will. Yeah, I'll hold it aside. What about the rest of you? Is there anything else I can do for you?
Hisxori and Varus, go ahead and add 10 gold to your purse as we divide the spoils.
Thanks, you good-looking dragon.
That was the dwarf. The dragon probably would have kept it all.
Aw, thanks, you good-looking bearded
I don't know why that
behemoth
happened.
of a... Wait, your dwarf is bearded, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bright red. Yes.
Yes. Love it.
That's awesome.
Rate it.
Cool. Great. So,
Life is good, dude.
right.
So I want to ask the lady if she's heard of the dwarf that hired us.
Oh, Gundren. Yeah, he came here a little while ago. He said that he had something really big that he had found with his two brothers. And they went off. His two brothers have been gone for a little while now. They usually make stops back, but I haven't seen them in at least a 10-day. So yeah, it's been quite a while. But Gundren, yeah, I haven't seen him in months. He's been gone for a while.
Holy shit. So, do you know where do you know where he went? Do you know like did he say where he was going?
No, he wouldn't tell anyone what he had found. He said it was too secretive, but it was something big. He said it was going to change the entire face of Phandalin.
Oh snap!
Do you sell ale?
She's like, she kind of looks at you, just like sort of. Yes, I think I do have. I think I do have a cask in the back. If you'd be interested.
Yes.
And do you have any smokables? I'd like to check out your options.
Between Varus and Haroldson, we got the smokage and the drinkage covered.
Right.
Well, you can't run out of pipe weed, man. There's nothing worse than running out of pipe weed on the trail, dude.
Right. So she says, yes, I think I do have some from the last trader that was in town. You're welcome to it if you'd like.
And I want to check out those maps too. Actually, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I want to buy a map.
She's like, well, take a look. A really good map would cost you about a gold piece.
Yeah. Well, Varus is obsessed with information, and of pretty much any sort, and a map is full of information. So I'll take one.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and subtract a gold piece and add a map of Phandalin. Put like a map of the region of Phandalin, because it's like basically Phandalin, a little bit of area.
Yes, sir. Oh, and can I sell my stuff? Like, is she gonna buy my stuff?
Yeah, definitely. She says, I'm very willing to buy whatever you have. I'll give you a fair price as well.
So, how does that work? Like, I have a leather armor, a scimitar, and a short bow. Do those have like?
Okay, so you bring them out and you just kind of like let her look at it, and she sort of takes a look in that like appraising sort of way. And you said you had what now?
A leather armor, a scimitar, and as a matter of fact, I'm gonna keep the scimitar. I have a leather armor and a short bow.
All right.
I feel like if I should keep that scimitar just like because racially I'm able to use them, and I feel like there might be an instance where I'm out of spell slots and I could really use a freaking sword.
Right.
Just you never know what the friggin' whatever this last beast with hypodermic needles plunged into the back of your neck.
Yeah, the Sturges. Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah. They were pretty crazy. But she says to you, I'm willing to give you a fair price. These look like they're in fairly good condition, if a little bloodstained, but it'll wash. Basically, I am willing to give you about 25 gold.
All right, I'm all over it. Holy shit.
Yeah, go ahead
I'm rich.
and subtract that stuff.
I'm rich!
Right.
Sell that frog statue you got?
That's right, I do still have a frog statue.
Right.
And I also have one of those rocks. As a matter of fact, I want to show her this rock and ask her if she knows what these are all about.
She as soon as you which do you do first?
Actually I want to keep I kind of want to keep my frog statue. I like it. I've got a weird attachment to it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But the rock, I just want to hand it over to her and be like, listen, before I go, what do you know about this guy?
Okay, so like as you're kind of turning to go, you're just like, oh yeah, I forgot. What about this? And she literally goes.
I knew
She's like, you picked that up?
I knew it.
And you're just like, yeah. I mean, what? And she's like, ooh.
See, I told you.
Well, I mean, it in and of itself is not bad, but when you touch it, I mean, I'm not sure how it works, but from what I'm told, the things that live in the forest are more attracted to you.
That's why everything was attacking me.
Yes, shit.
Yeah, apparently you've experienced it firsthand. But
son of a bitch.
The bad thing is, even basically from what I've been told, and I'm not 100% sure on the details, but basically you need to do something that involves burying the stone at a certain time, and then the whatever it is will be, I guess, absolved. But I'm hearing this like fourth hand because
Right.
nobody I know has been dumb enough to pick. It just doesn't. It just doesn't come up.
Doesn't happen every day, right? Well, being that I am from the Underdark and will whoop every creature in this fucking forest ass, I'm gonna hold on to this rock just for spite's sake, and I light my pipe.
Nice.
I'm walking
All
away.
right. So she's like, you are a very brave adventurer indeed. See how you bested the forest.
You know what you need to do? You need to put that rock in like a coin purse with a couple of like coppers, and whenever we need to like fuck with somebody, you play like it's just like a bag of money,
A big
and
bag
it's
of money.
in their hand, and they get the rock.
I was thinking that I could like fix it onto like my staff with my beak, and like have it just be like another gruesome ass addition to it.
Dude, that would be sweet. You just start cobbling together stuff into the staff, dude. That would be.
I will definitely make this staff in real life. I swear to God.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome. Oh yeah, this game is like a LARP waiting to happen. That would be sweet.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah. So you guys are good. Casey, was there anything that you want? Rob, I think you're good, right?
I'm great.
Okay. So Casey, was there anything that you wanted to do?
No. I'm ready to go to take this cart and collect our money.
Okay. What about you, Hisxori? Didn't Rob give you something? Or?
I did give her some stuff. I gave her a leather armor and at least one leather armor. There was some other stuff that we discovered.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And the other ones were the vials of healing potion. You guys probably don't want to sell those.
That's right. Yeah, keep those though.
Yeah. So you do have a thing of leather armor, and she says, I'll give you a fair price for it. How does 10 gold pieces? Okay. Like great. Go ahead and subtract that at the 10 gold pieces. So you guys just want to go straight to the cart.
Yeah.
Take that straight to the what's it called?
I thank her kindly.
Yeah.
And we leave.
All right, so you guys head on over.
Think of us if she has any other jobs she needs done.
Right. And books. Watch for books.
And as you say that and you start walking away, she goes, "Well, if it's jobs you're looking for, I might have one." Yeah, well, I might.
You've been holding out on a job.
You might be interested in. And then she sort of looks around, and sees one of the guys with the red cloak. Because you guys, she's standing in the doorway now, and you guys are walking away. And so she sees one of the guys in the cloak, standing on a corner. And he sort of gives her the eye, and she's like, "Why don't you come inside, and we'll discuss it further." Do you guys want to go inside and see what
I've been with her. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Curious.
All right, so
God, I'm scared of these red cloak guys.
she says, she's like, "Well, lately we've been feeling some pressure from a band of frankly outlaws known as the Red Brands. Perhaps you've seen them in the town wearing their red cloaks. Well, they've made life here kind of hard for the average citizen. And I don't have much. I run a fairly good establishment here. But I would be willing to offer you something if perhaps you could find a way to convince them to move on." And then she just sort of looks at you kind of like expecting.
I do not like to look at these guys.
How many are there in the city?
She says, I'm not sure about the total, but there's quite a few, maybe 15 or 20.
Are they skilled at all, weaponry-wise, or?
They seem like a band of ruffians to me, but they seem to be fairly effective.
Why are they here? What do they want from you?
No one really knows. Ever since Gundren started talking about his big discovery that he found, they sort of moved in, It was right along. It was right around the time that fellow Yarno Albrecht, the wizard, that he went missing. And as soon as she says that, Rob Varus is like, and
Yeah,
sort of like
what?
takes a second because Yarno Albrecht was on the list of the people that Bren Chen knew. And
Oh my
so,
god.
yeah, so
Oh my god.
she's
Okay.
like, yeah, so you just
He's
kind of
missing?
process that.
Yeah.
Say what?
So he Varys asked like incredulously, he's missing? Like he's
Yeah,
gone?
yes, yeah, he's been gone for a
First of all,
little
he's
while.
here? He was here? Where does he live? He lives here?
She's like, no, he was from and she motions to Sildar, and Sildar's still like he looks like he's in shock. Sildar is like, um, yes, that's actually who I was here to find. He was supposed to be setting up, a constabulary so that we could fight these ruffians, and he went missing. He, I, I just
I
that,
have to find him.
and he's just like at a loss for words. And she's like, yes, he came to town to help us, but he just seemed to go missing all of a sudden. He was only here maybe a few days, and he was gone.
Well, so we know nothing about it. He's just gone, and they showed up right at the time of it. So yeah, if we definitely need to see what we can find out about these guys, or I feel that I need to do this.
Right. Because you're like a chaotic good character, so you feel like that, like urge to like right this
Right.
wrong.
And just to like catch up just in case the viewers don't know, Branch, again, I'm a Drow, and I escaped from the Underdark with the goal of finding out why the hatred existed, and was rescued by a wizard named Brant Chen, taught me about the world and everything around it, and he was murdered, and I was left a list of contacts to come here. So I feel obligated to investigate this. Plus, part of my character backstory is that I'm obsessed with finding information. So a lead, with this much information attached to it, I have to follow that.
Right.
I'm gonna argue strongly to go that way.
So do you want to talk to the other characters about that now, or do you want to wait until you guys kind of get out of the?
Yeah, let's wait.
What do you want to tell her?
I said thank you for the information and stop talking.
Okay. She just sort of just kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
She's like, yes. From what I'm told, they hang out at the Sleeping Giant Tap House. It's down there on the end. It's a fairly run-down place, but they seem to like it fairly well. There's always, they're always hanging out there. So if you're looking to find them, that would be the place that I would go.
All right, let's go.
Penumbra comes in and just kind of leans against the bar. Just goes, well, if these red jackets have been such a trouble for you, I could probably get rid of them for, say, 10 gold a head. You said there were 15?
Like, I'm sure.
I love Penumbra.
I'm sure I could come up with it after a time. I don't have it on me now, but perhaps I could give you maybe 20 gold pieces now, and then I could give you the rest when you return, once the deed is done.
Good. For each cloak I bring you, you give me 10 gold. Sound good?
Sounds like a fair deal.
He just walks outside.
All right, let's fucking go, dude.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you guys sort of exit out into the street, and you see more of the Red Cloaks have gathered. They're still keeping their distance, though. You guys want to go to the Sleeping Giant Tap House, or do you want to go to the Barthen's Provisions to drop off the cart?
I think we should drop off the card and get that done.
I vote for getting paid.
Yeah.
All right.
I would like to spend a sparrow made out of smoke flying towards the red cliffs.
So they see this coming and they sort of like look back and it just sort of flies in their face and goes and just like evaporates in front of one another and he's like and he sort of like looks back a little bit. And then he sort of just like looks at you and scowls and sort of like storms off. And so you guys they're sort of like watching you from a distance, sort of like warily, just getting like a feel for you. As you make your way to Barthen's Provision. Now, as soon as you arrive at Barthen's Provisions, you notice that it's one of the biggest buildings in the town. It's made out of big, oak timbers. It's very, very nice looking compared to the rest of the town. You can tell that this is definitely where everything's happening. So a couple of people are milling about. You go inside. And you see a lean, balding human male shopkeeper. He's about 50 years old, and he's telling a couple of young clerks. They're both humans. They look to be about probably 18, 19, and he's telling them he's like go get the shipment, and they sort of like scamper off in a different direction. And then he looks at you and he's like, what can I do for you, adventurers?
You might want to call back your buddies because we have your shipment.
He's like, shipment? What do you mean? Do you mean the lost shipment?
Where's that?
Did you find the shipment that was? Do you have the cart from Neverwinter?
Will you tell me? Come look at it.
And he's like, oh, and he sort of like hustles outside and he looks at the cart and he's like, oh, thank the gods, oh. You had taken, about an extra couple of days, and so we were starting to get worried, especially with the ruffians that have been. And then he looks around and he's like, I mean, the trouble that's been on the road. Why don't you come inside? Why don't you bring the? And he's like, boys, come get this cart. So then they hustle over and they sort of take the cart and they wheel it inside. And then he hustles you inside and he's like, oh, you have to be careful what you say around here. Damn those red brands. Causing so much trouble. Anyways, thank you for bringing my cart. As promised, here is 10 gold pieces, and then he hands it out to each of you.
Thanks for the G's. Those red brands are assholes.
Yeah, I know, right? They're huge jerks. You get 10 gold.
What was the human's name that we picked up on the way again?
Sildar.
Is he still with us?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What has he been doing this whole fucking time?
Penumbra goes, yeah, I believe you owe me something.
And he sighs and he's like, all right. And then he looks up at Barthen and Barthen's like, really? Really, dude? And he's like, I was robbed. What do you expect me? I had to tell them something. I need money to pay these people. And he's like, all right, just come in. And then he just goes back and how much did Sildar promise you guys again?
60 gold.
60? Okay. So then he's like 60 gold. 60 gold? Sildar. All right. And then he pulls out this chest and he just starts looks at you and then he sort of like takes his key out and he like unlocks it really slowly and then opens it up and like pulls out the 60 gold pieces and closes it, and then he like snaps his fingers and the kids come and they take the chest away. So then he hands you the 60 gold pieces that Sildar promised you.
Thank you. Pleasure working with you. Get captured anytime.
And Sildar's like, well, now that the debt has been paid, I'm gonna go ahead and get some rest at the Prominent Inn, the Stonehill Inn. You'll notice it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, he's like, I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted from the day's travels. I think we should probably just, take a rest and then have at it in the morning. So I hope that I see you there. Perhaps we can share some ale together and a nice meal. Thank you again for helping me. And then he sort of like backs out and just like leaves.
So I blow him a little kiss.
Penumbra is quite content with this ending.
Say what?
Penumbra is quite content with this.
Right. Yeah, he's like awesome.
He's like, yeah, I'm okay with that, dude.
Penumbra, you sly bastard.
Paid up, didn't have to cut his throat.
Hmm? Say what?
Penumbra is interested in Penumbra is interested in starting to collect red. What time during the day is it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's getting towards the end of the night. It's been, it's been it's been a long day, basically. You guys have spent a lot of time in the town, talking to her, talking to Barth, going back and forth, actually getting in town. So at this point, the sun has set, and it's probably about an hour after sunset. Oh, okay. Is it so? It's midnight, Casey. Do you want to call it here, or Casey? Are you still there? Casey, you're cutting
Can
out.
you hear me?
Yes.
I'm here.
Yes?
Yes.
I say it's time to put back a couple flagons of ale and then get a room at the inn.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, so you guys, you walk out, and there's definitely more red brands now, and they're sort of looking at you, and they do seem to be congregating over at the Sleeping Giant Tap House. So you guys, go into the inn. You make your way over to the Stone Hill, and the red brands, kind of follow you. They get in sort of closer and closer, sort of kind of closing this gap. You guys get to the inn, and the door swings open, and the innkeeper walks out with this broom, and he starts brooming. Wow, he starts sweeping, and he sees you guys coming, and he's like a little shocked by your appearance, but then he sees the way the red brands are reacting to you, and he's like, so you must be the men who made reservations. Why don't you come on in? And then he sort of ushers you inside, and he looks a couple of the red brands like right in their eyes. He's just like, and then he just like walks. He just closes the door. He sort of like slams the door behind him, and he's like, well, it sounds like you guys have got a story to tell, and I think that's where we'll go ahead and we'll call it for tonight.
Okay,
So,
sounds
great
good.
job, everybody.
I like this guy.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see how we'll see how it all plays out next session. So next session will be next Monday from 9:30 to 10:30. Hopefully, if we can, barring any technical difficulties, but we should all be set. So thanks again for watching now and in the future. Check out MadisButler.com for more Cin City D&D stuff. Check out our Facebook page. And of course, subscribe if you love us and you want us to succeed. So thanks again, guys. Seriously, thanks for watching. We love doing it, and it's super fun. So we will see you next Monday, promptly at 9:30, hopefully. Thanks again, guys.
Bye.